this week, just beat New England 21-14. I mean, I'm glad we're 2-1, but it was a little bit shaky. I feel like if they didn't get the turnovers that we came up with and some of the penalties early on that led to that first touchdown, we probably wouldn't have won that game. It was I don't know. There were some bright spots in there. I don't want to be all doom and gloom, but I'm not thrilled with it because apparently Tomlin in his post-game presser was just like, "Oh, this is just the greatest thing ever. The guys are back." And I haven't watched his post-game or even read his post-game press conference, but it wasn't received very well because it was like, "Yeah, you guys won a game, but you really shouldn't have won that freaking game."
Yeah, I get in that. I don't. I watch Tomlin's press conferences and I read them, but I don't take anything at value because, as we've said on here so many times, he knows exactly what to say, and it might mean, I mean, he might say something completely different in the locker room. So he
Yeah.
is so good at coach speak. So I don't. It does seem irrelevant. I'm with you on the win. It's a win. We're happy about it. And I'm trying to get the mindset of, would you rather be the Steelers and win ugly or the Ravens and lose pretty? Because the Ravens put up how many points? And now they've lost two big games to the Bills and the Lions now. And obviously we're super early in the season. The records are irrelevant, but we're 2-1. We're atop the AFC North. A win's a win. Like that's kind of how I'm trying to focus my brain because in this era of Steelers football, we're just it's not a shootout. We're gonna win ugly.
Yeah, especially at this point of the season.
Yeah, and if we come out of a road game, especially against a team that we historically do not play well against in their stadium, we hadn't won in New England since 2008.
Mm-hmm.
A win's a win. Like that's just how I kind of have to take it. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of bad stuff that we'll get into. But my mindset is, I'd rather win ugly than lose pretty.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah, I'm glad they came away with it. What's your take on Rodgers right now?
You know he's tied in the top of the league for touchdown passes.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's guy. I think that's the mindset. We're like, oh, he's not playing well. And that's like, oh wait, no, he
He's
actually.
got, what, 6?
I think so. And obviously, the Jets game is inflated, and again, it's so early in the season. But the fact I saw that stat, and I said that's absolutely crazy because we don't
I
think
wouldn't
of
have
it as
expected to hear that.
right. So he's got no time in the pocket. The receivers aren't getting a lot of separation. I think he's struggling, but he's making the right reads when the right read is there. Minus that interception to former Steeler Robert Spillane. Yeah, like I said, I thought Rodgers he played adequately. I mean, the stat line was 16 for 23, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns. Again, awful interception. That's not going to blow anyone away. We absolutely need to see more. His passing chart was not great. It's all, behind the line, dump off to the flat. It's just not going to move the offense. So I would like to see more from him, but I wonder if they're still trying to figuring out themselves between Arthur Smith and the run game, Rodgers, what he can see at the line of scrimmage, because we've never had a quarterback, even Ben, to Ben's credit, Ben didn't see the game that Rodgers sees the game. So we've never had a quarterback like this behind center who honestly probably knows what's coming before the defense even tries to do it.
Yeah.
I wonder if as the season will progress, if you'll start to see more Arthur Smith just be like, all right, you got this, Rodgers. I'm going to trust you on this, and Rodgers to do what he does best.
Hopefully so. I get the feeling that it reminds me a little bit of, and this team's not nearly as good as that team, but Peyton's last year with Denver when they won the Super Bowl, his mind could do it, but his body couldn't, more or less, and he had to be put in position. The defense had to give him the field position so that he could seal the deal on a short field. And it kind of felt like that with Rodgers on Sunday, that you give me a short field and I'm going to put it in the end zone, but he's not a guy that, if we get the ball on the 10, that can take it the length of the field. I mean, maybe a little bit, but not every week type thing.
Yeah, I think that's a good point because we had a great opening script. That first drive was beautiful. We were moving the ball. The run game was working. The passing game was working. It was working, and then it shut down for 3 quarters, and then it came back alive in the fourth quarter. And it was shout out Corliss Waitman. He was fantastic. I think I pulled his stats. Let me see if I can find this here. He had 3 punts dropped in the 20. Like that's fantastic. It's not about field position, but you're right. Rodgers is not. He's not leading those 99-yard drives anymore. But he needs more than 2.3 seconds to throw.
Yeah.
But I think you put all of it together. We're also another massive stat I found is we have scored touchdowns on 88% of our red zone appearances this year. We scored only on 48% last year.
Yeah. It's a
So we have
brain.
yeah, we just that small of an upgrade has allowed us to see points. We're also 12th in the league in scoring right now. Like you need these numbers to balance out because things, they get inflated, they whatever.
Oh yeah.
But he's not playing as bad as the stats say. He's not playing as good as we want him to play. But I don't think he's the problem. I think he's playing fine on the field. He's playing better than what we've had, which is funny. And he's saying the right things on and off the field.
Yeah.
I've
leadership.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like yelling at players, berating at players. I don't like that. But when Pat Fryermuth runs the wrong route again and Rodgers is chewing him out, yeah, absolutely. Like run the right route, man. Like you keep messing up. So I'm pleased with it. He didn't get sacked this game. The Patriots came in with leading the league in sacks, obviously only 2 games in. He didn't get sacked, but again, 2.3 seconds. We need to give him more time. But I'm pleased with him overall.
I just watched the replay of the game before we jumped on.
I got it going right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Broderick played a decent game. It seems like he's starting to put it together. There were a few times where he needed to get to the second level, and he didn't take the right angle to get to the linebacker, but the hustle's there, and you see him working. In his pass protection, he's hanging on for dear life some of the time, it looks like, and that's probably just a fundamentals thing. But it's a step forward for him.
Yeah, I think it's a step forward. He has not lived up to what we have hoped he would be when we drafted him. As Hunter Henry scores a touchdown right over my screen here. That's fantastic.
Come on.
Yeah.
Tight ends just score on the Steelers D.
Patriots tight ends. No, he has not been what we hoped he would just step right in and he'd be Max Starks, right? We just hoped he would just be that anchor, just sit there and you're good. He struggled. Obviously, the first 2 years, played him a right tackle. He was injured. He's been banged up. But I'm with you. I've watched a little bit of the film. I still think he's missing almost like aggression, I guess is the right. Like I don't really know how to watch tape, so I don't know how to phrase this. But it's like he's doing what he needs to do most of the time. But if he could just do it with aggression, I think he'd do it even better.
Somebody knows he say something about his mama before he gets in the game.
Little water boy action.
Yep.
So I think,
dude.
Yeah, I think he's playing well. And one of the things that I watching the all 22, I think the line, like they're playing okay as a unit, which is it's going to make my next point a little weird. They're playing okay as a unit, but if you watch them individually, one of them messes up on every single play.
Uh-huh.
So, and the offensive line has to be a unit. So you're all playing well over the course of the game, but one of them messing up every single time, and that's what's causing issues. They're not getting a push on the ball. That's why Jalen's got 39 rushing yards, something like that, 47 rushing yards. They're not getting a push. So I think Broderick played well, but we still need to see more from the whole unit.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah, the receiving numbers aren't great, but both Calvin and DK got touchdowns, which is nice.
Yeah.
Do you think we have filled that wide receiver 2 hole with Calvin? And I guess Roman Wilson's dead and gone, but
I did see him on one play once watching the replay. I think he just got in once, maybe.
Yep.
I don't know that he's filled that gap. I want to see him get, I guess maybe after they get these 4 games out of the way, and they have a bye after Minnesota, right? They should, since they're going overseas.
Yeah, we got a bye. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
So
yeah, we got a bye. I knew because I have plans.
Yeah, the bye week after the Minnesota game, hopefully they sit down and they say, okay, this worked, this didn't work, let's not do that again. Okay, let's start getting creative with these 3 tight ends. And let's see how they can help spring these receivers loose a little bit more. Throw out of some tight run formations with them, with maybe 1 or 2 receivers on the field and 1 back. Just do something more with those guys, because so far, I mean, with the talent of those tight ends, they're kind of wasted right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You have three starting tight ends, and they're sparingly getting the ball. I think along those lines, anytime we put in three tight ends, they're thinking it's either to run or play. Actually, we're not going deep, right? So it's allowing these teams to play to counter that. And I think that we need to counter the counter, right?
Yeah.
So try. I loved. I think it was the touchdown, the Kenneth Gainwell touchdown. We put Johnny Smith in reverse
Hmm.
and he pulled the defender away from him. I love using that. Darnell in the red zone is a cheat code. It's either a touchdown or a pass interference every single time. He's
Yeah.
like it's like Muggsy Bogues and Shaq. Like that's the difference with these corners in him. I mean, he's just a giant man. Teams can't do anything. Pat, I don't know. Pat's got sure. Pat's there. I
There's so much potential there, and he just,
Yeah.
it's like, we got this guy that was expected to be this monster tight end, and you think he can be that, but there's just something, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't. I Yeah. So I'm with you. We need to use the tight ends more. I think Rodgers trusts Calvin. That's why I throw out the wide receiver two thing
Oh, yeah.
because now he's had three throws, beautiful throws to Calvin that Calvin has to adjust on the fly.
Hmm.
And Rodgers asked, I mean, we've talked about it. Rodgers asked a lot of his receivers, and he trusts Calvin to do that. And I think
Yeah.
that's a lot. So he might not be talent level wide receiver two. He is that wide receiver three slot guy. But between him and DK, automatically you have to have a safety back there because if they get past the corner, they're gone.
Yeah.
So
If he's getting the job done, yep, sure, give him to, and keep
yeah,
him out there more.
we need we we've been running to set up the pass. We need to pass to set up the run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like just we Jalen is making guys miss in the backfield, which is great. That's fantastic. But he doesn't need to be met in the backfield every single time
Yeah.
because they know the defense knows it's a run. So I just need to see. I don't know. I just need to see more from the offense. Defense saved the day today. Yes, Sunday.
Yeah.
Defense saved the day, which
Derek
was
Harmon.
fantastic. Derek Harmon, man. The second he got that sack, I said, "Welcome to Pittsburgh, man."
Yeah, I mean that made a big difference for that line, for the defense, the front seven in general. I mean, him just getting up there and plugging things up and making things happen.
They looked dominant. I mean, they only had five sacks, right? And it feels like they had so much more because they were in May's face constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Clark had two dropped interceptions.
That's why
You know,
he's a DB.
yeah, yeah. The defense played overall very well. Couple mishaps. I thought Peyton Wilson had a pretty bad game. He made that comment about being the best in the world at coverage and then has
Ooh,
multiple
did he?
coverages. Yeah, he made a comment in the locker room and it wasn't like I'm the best in the world. He was like, "Yeah, I just really believe I'm the best in the world at I'm the best pass coverage linebacker in the league or whatever." It's like that's cool, but then you can't give up a touchdown over the middle. The
Yeah,
Patriots tight ends who have been doing this to us for 20 years.
that's like reminiscent of Anthony Smith running his mouth before we went to New England, and he got
Yeah.
victimized because Brady's like, I'm coming
Just
after you, pal.
don't say anything to anyone.
Yeah. Peyton did make one. New England was up near their own goal line, and it was a run play. And their running back went left, and Peyton jumped up in the hole, filled the gap, and the guy shot right, and Patrick Queen tackled the guy for a loss. They were working together on that. I noticed that when I was watching it just a few minutes ago. I didn't catch it when I watched the game, how it all went down. But he did make that play. But yeah, I mean, there's too much happening over the middle still.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this last week. I wanted to see more Holcomb for that run defense,
Yeah.
and he came in and he played very well against the run. It's funny. It's like he played well against the run and terrible against the pass. And then
Hmm.
Peyton Wilson came in and did not play well against the run. He didn't play terribly, but he missed that 4th and 1 on
Yeah.
one early drive. The running back went left, and Cole Holcomb bit too hard. He over pursued.
Yeah. And they
First
had like
down.
an 8-yard gain or something.
Yeah, so like it wasn't perfect, but I thought both guys played their roles well, and that allowed Patrick Queen to play really well. I don't know if I'm just not seeing things because I keep seeing people on Twitter not notable counts, but just saying Patrick Queen is garbage. I'm like, he's in the right place at the right time. He's making big plays. He leads the team in tackles. Like, I don't know what else you expect him to do. I think he's playing very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did hear. I think it was the commentators, or maybe I read it before last weekend's game, that he's more of a coverage linebacker than he is a run guy.
He's got the speed, and I think that
Yeah.
it's that misconception that we had with Shazier. It's like, oh, you can play him everywhere. Like Shazier was that special where you can play him everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I think our linebackers are kind of like our tight ends. We have three with three different positions, like three different ways they play the game.
Oh yeah.
And fourth, if you want to add Malik Harrison in there, who doesn't play much, but he's the thumper. I don't even know if he saw the field.
Yeah, I don't believe so. What about the guy that we picked up from New England, or New England? I guess they had cut him, or we pulled him off his practice. The run stopping linebacker, did he?
Yeah, I'm blanking on his name. He signed to the practice squad, so they probably pulled him for information, which is very common.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, teams do that all the time. The Lions signed Malik Cunningham, who was Lamar's third string quarterback for 2 years. Like they say, signed him to the practice squad. They do that to get information.
Mm-hmm. It was just a big deal made about it when we picked him up because he's such a run-stopping guy.
Yeah. It was like Tomlin and Darrell Austin saying, "Okay, we hear you. We'll sign our run stopper." But speaking of former Patriots, Jabril Peppers, I thought played very well.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this last week with the Caleb fumble. He looks like a leader already. He looks like he's been in defense and been in this organization for years now.
Mm-hmm.
I was very pleased with him.
Yeah. No doubt.
And it's his funny Guardian cap. He's so easy to identify. It's just so giant.
I don't blame guys for wearing those. It reduces concussions by another 20 or 30% or something like that.
It makes, especially when you're a linebacker or playing down, and you're constantly running full speed.
Yeah.
I completely understand it. So I want to say during the second quarter, when we had that defensive pass interference penalty, against Brandon Nichols, and Ian Eagles said he was looking for booty.
Or he grabbed the booty or something like that.
Something like that. And I snickered, Sarah snickered next to me. You could hear J.J. Watt in the booth snickering. Yep. It was like everyone was like, "This is a funny thing to talk about."
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that makes the game fun. I also thought the Patriots jerseys are beautiful. I wish they would make those their permanent jerseys. The Pat the Patriot.
Oh yeah, the old throwbacks.
Oh, they're so nice. They're so nice.
Joey Porter, what's going on with him? What kind of injury does he have right now?
I believe he's got a lower body injury. I believe he's probable this week.
Okay. We got that kind of a performance out of we were missing 4 defensive starters or 4 overall starters or something.
Yeah,
like that?
I'm trying. Off the top of my head, I can't recall. Deshaun, Alex, Joey, Eric was still limited.
And the safety from Kansas City and Cleveland, what's his name?
Thornhill played.
Yeah. Oh, did he? Okay.
He played. He just didn't play a lot. Peppers kind of played more in his role.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, we added more safeties, and I thought that worked well. Jalen Ramsey, I thought played really well. He was targeted, I think, 9 or 10 times and gave up 2 completions. He overall played fantastic. That led to Darius Slay getting targeted a lot, so Darius Slay kind of got picked on.
A really nice breakup on one of those plays.
Yeah, no, we just need time to gel, and you've mentioned this a few times. If you can get through the first 4 games 2-2, that's your launching point. And we've gotten through the first 3 at 2-1, going into a tough defensive matchup against the guy that we wish was still calling our defense.
Yeah, we'll find out how much that offensive line has grown when we play Minnesota this weekend.
They better grow quickly.
Yeah, because I'm not expecting us to win that game.
You got to use the luck of the Irish. Game. Luck of the Irish, man. Use the.
I think they're going to steal our lucky charms.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome experience, just an awesome game. I think it's almost nice that it's at 9:30 Eastern because you can kind of wake up. It's like a little holiday. You're like, oh,
get it out of the way.
Football in the morning. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure they'll do some festivities. I looked into going when they announced it. I think tickets were so expensive, and that there was a lottery to even get a ticket. and then they were selling, if you got the ticket, then the Steelers were selling a package. It was going to be like $2,000 a person or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds, yeah, not
And I'm like,
surprising.
that's my mortgage payment. So maybe I'll choose to live in my house over going
There
down.
you go.
But no, I'm looking forward to that game. The Vikings offense is Kevin O'Connell's really good, but their offense with Carson Wentz, I don't know what it's going to look like.
Yeah,
I
I
think,
think he's going to be kind of a hot and cold, a backup quarterback is what you're going to get out of him.
yeah,
He's going to probably have some solid games, and he's probably going to have some games where the rest of the team's got to win the game for them.
yeah.
And if they end up with more of those games than not, they may not have that great of a year. Because is McCarthy out for the season, or is this just a short-term thing?
Yeah, just a short term. I think they're calling it an ankle sprain, but some film junkies were on Twitter were trying to find when it happened. They're like, there's nothing. So the rumor, the conspiracy is that it's a soft benching, like he played so terribly that they're like, okay, well you're not ready yet, so we're gonna dial this back.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I mean, you just
Yeah, I wasn't big on him coming out of college, and when he was what, a first-round pick, and
yeah,
it's
he
kind
was
of like,
fourth overall, I think.
yeah, that was not where you should have taken him.
No, but I think when you're a team that needs a quarterback, you just take him where you can.
It was a Pickett.
Uh, Pick it. The position was the right pick. It's just we had the worst quarterback draft class in how many years
Yeah.
that just so happened to fall into our laps.
Hmm.
You know, he's played for 4 teams in one NFL, like a full NFL calendar year.
Yeah, that's. And,
Do you know where he is right now?
Oakland? Well,
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. Yeah, that's
They're
crazy.
not Vegas. They're the Oakland Raiders. They just happen to play
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah, going back to when he was drafted in the season that he ended up, taking over for Trubisky. I don't like how that went down. I think he was mismanaged from the get-go. And I know Tomlin was apparently under a lot of heat in the building for getting the first-round pick out on the field. But rookies aren't meant to play that early in the season most of the time. Let this guy sit on the bench for a year and then evaluate him going into his next year and then start him. See how things go. He ended up in that Jets game. He had no idea that he was. Tomlin just told him at halftime, "Hey, you're going in the second half," and it's just like, and there wasn't just like what, the fourth game of the season or something.
maybe like the third.
Yeah, I mean it was early in the year, and it's like, dude, you knew
Yeah.
Trubisky wasn't going to be Ben in his prime. I mean.
Dude, there was hope. There was just. I mean, I like the Trubisky signing. I was like,
Yeah,
cool.
I thought it was
Not
great
bad.
too because
Yeah.
he had an opportunity to learn behind Josh Allen for a year.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
there was potential there. It was kind of like, well, our third string guy now, that Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
He's bounced around. There's potential there, but he hasn't put it all together, and it looks like he possibly did during the preseason and training camp. So maybe we've got something in him, but. It's kind of the same thing with Mitch. He showed it in college. He had a good year or two in Chicago and then fell apart. Just a terrible franchise. And then he gets to learn under Josh Allen in Buffalo, and they've got a great coaching staff. And then it's like, well, he's had a year to sit and learn. Maybe he's got something in the tank, and he can get this thing turned around and do something. I was looking for them to sign him before they did it, and then they picked him up.
Yeah, I think it was the right signing. And I still think that drafting a quarterback was the right move. I wasn't high on Kenny. Again, I'm not going to pretend that I'm Daniel Jeremiah or Mel Kiper Jr. or Todd McShay, these guys who can analyze that stuff. But I just didn't see it with Kenny. And a couple games in, I was like, is he our franchise quarterback? Because he kept winning games. Like, he just kind of kept finding ways to win games. And I was like, oh, cool. He's how did I term it? I think I said he's a less charismatic Tim Tebow.
Oh, God.
Because I was like, he's not good. His throwing motion's awful, yet we're winning. Like,
yeah.
And that's what Tebow was. He just kept winning. And then I think his attitude is the reason he's on his fourth team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You kind of got the vibe that he thought he was the savior. It's like, dude, you're not good. Like
Yeah.
Tomlin puts up with a lot. I think that's evident. But
Hmm.
when the talent doesn't match the headache, you're gone.
Oh yeah.
Case in
Yeah.
point, George Pickens throwing his helmet on the sideline.
Oh man, I love seeing him pitch temper tantrum because it's like Dallas is they probably had seen a month ago.
Yeah.
Oh God, we made a mistake. We've been had again.
I, I he's sitting on the waiver wire. I had him in fantasy football. He's sitting on my waiver wire. I'm like, I'm not. I drafted him, and then I dropped him. I was like, I don't want him. I don't want to touch him. He's too volatile.
I'm calling it now, and I told somebody, I think it was earlier today. Um, he he may not do much after this season with Dallas. Who knows what happens? But he's got probably another year in the NFL after this season, and then he's going to the CFL.
I
And
don't because he still
that
has so
happens
much
so
talent.
often to guys like him.
Yeah, but I think he'll get because this is a contract year for him. So I think someone will sign him, whether it be to a 2 year or three. Someone's going to sign him because the talent is still
Yeah, somebody will sign him,
talent's
but
still
he'll
there.
flame out quick.
Yeah, like he'll go to a team like Cleveland, who has no culture, who has no anything. Shoot, the Bengals will probably sign him because why not? And why have a defense when you can just have every offensive player in the world? And I think then yes, I'm with you. Unless something changes, he's going to flame out. He's going to say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, and he'll be, Martavis Bryant. Although Martavis's issue was
Yeah,
speed, which is
yeah.
very different than being a
Yeah, he played the game.
head
He just,
case.
you know, he wasn't clean when he went to go pee. I mean,
Yeah.
just all there was to it. I mean,
What NFL players do say, like, it's pretty hard to fail a drug test. Like they kind of let you know that stuff's coming.
oh, okay.
Like so, like
Wow.
if you fail it, it's almost like, are you dumb? Like you knew this was coming, and you still neglected to take care of it. But I don't know. It's just it. I'd like to talk about this like in length another time. Just that run of awful draft classes
We
from
can
like
do that because I've broken down his draft classes earlier
yeah,
this year as it relates to wide receivers. And it's really interesting.
because it's pretty bad. Like Kevin Colbert is a Hall of Fame GM, but his last like 6 or 7 classes, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, did he let his grandson, just pick players on a whim? Because I think like you have like 3 guys from the last 7 classes that are still on the Steelers roster.
Hmm. He had
Like
some
the
rough
last,
ones there at the end.
yeah, the last first round hit was T.J. Watt.
Hmm. Yeah, it's not good.
What are we
He was
doing?
drafted in 17. I mean,
Yeah,
it's eight
yeah.
years ago.
Hopefully we've turned the corner with Omar. Broderick, we talked about it. He's looking better.
It,
Tanu
you know,
looking a little bit better.
Broderick's in. I still think, they forced him to the right side for two
Yeah,
years. I mean, there's even though he's a natural left tackle, as they keep saying it, putting him on the right side for that long when he's such a raw player to begin with,
yep,
and then saying, okay, you're our exclusive left guy now.
yeah.
Hopefully, he's getting out of his growing pains now, and he just needs to keep going back and watching the tape, and maybe hire a personal offensive line coach that can work with him on his fundamentals.
I'm sure they'll love that. No, I saw that. I think it was a former, I want to say Giants offensive lineman who had to flip from like left guard to right guard, and someone's like, "How easy is that? It's the same position, just on a different side." And he's like, "Imagine doing everything with your non-dominant hand, like everything." He's like,
Yeah.
He's like, it's you think it's the same thing, but it's not at all. He said it's so difficult. So to your point with Broderick, a natural left tackle plays in Georgia, the SEC, and then like, all right, now you got to relearn it, and you're playing the right side.
Try driving on the opposite side of the road. Oh, and the opposite side of the vehicle.
Yeah,
When we
that
went to the UK for the Sabbath show,
yeah,
oh my God. I thought I was going to have a conniption while we were driving around.
that's so funny.
It, I finally adjusted towards the halfway point of the third day, the day that we had to turn the car in.
Yeah,
It was downright scary. Thank God for Waze, because Waze just talking to you, telling you
Yeah,
what to
yeah.
do. That helped a lot. But that first day, it was, oh man, it was
Yeah,
freaking nuts, man.
it's completely unnatural. When I broke my leg in college, I had to drive with my left foot, and it took me like 3 or 4 weeks. I was like, okay, like what? Okay, I can do this, and I got it. I got it, and then, but like, yeah, this dude is playing one of the hardest positions in the NFL
Oh yeah.
against some of the fastest athletes in the world.
Mhm.
We just gotta have some patience with them.
Yeah.
So I'm still cool if we fire Pat Meyer.
Yeah. In an impatient league, we got to have patience with these
Yeah.
players. I have to remind myself because probably 2 hours before we jumped on, I was like, "We're gonna finish 7-10. It's gonna suck."
Hey,
But I
Mom.
watched the game and I was like, "Well, maybe not."
But that's funny because I'm over here like, oh, we're winning the rest of them. We're going 14-3. It's the odds and the ends. It's that's the nature of football. No, it's a win's a win. I'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss. We are on to Minnesota, Dublin. It's gonna be an awesome game, awesome environment. I'm looking forward to it. And then we got a bye, and then we are head first into some tough games.
That's right. And then we got a bye week to stew on it all for a little bit. So, yeah.
Early bye week.
Well, I believe that'll do it for us. We appreciate you guys watching, everybody that's starting to subscribe out there, and we'll see you guys next time.